Part 1. TL. Doctor, the wife and I are building a business together. We are almost done. I found out she is sleeping with a coworker. Let me start with some background. My wife and I are both 54, MF. Married 31 years. She is an RN at a hospital. I work for a home builder since I was 18. We have 2 children, both grown out of the house in their 20s. We decided in our mid-40s to pursue my wife's dream of running a bed and breakfast. We have been looking on and off for years. We came across a piece of property of 5 acres and a home built in the 1870s. The original owners were large landowners in this area. They had an extensive agricultural business empire. Over the decades, fewer of the family wanted to stay in farming. Parcels of land were sold off. Our town is going through growing spurts as it has become quite touristy because of some, let's say, natural formations and beauty. The farmland along the main highways is being gobbled up. The house and land we purchased is away from the highways. Since we bought it, my wife and I are redoing the entire house. There has been neglect in some basic maintenance, and we want to restore the house to its prominence 150 years ago. Along with making a living. My wife has been in charge of decorating rooms as I finish, along with paying the mortgage. I am renovating room by room, paying for all material and any professional help, if needed. I am pretty handy, so most work is done by me. The last few years the housing industry has gone through the roof. We would work 8 days a week if we could. I was pulling in big money. Until last year. The pandemic knocked us out of work for a while in 2020, then the material shortages started. Of course my wife was on the front lines for the last 18 months. Last year she worked weeks at the hospital without days off. The medical staff stayed at the hospital. They had rooms several slept in together. To say the least, the staff got very close. They worked 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Starting in March last year into the fall, then again after Thanksgiving. My wife, as always, after the kids were older, worked for others if they asked. She watched these young parents crying because they could not see their families. So, on their off time, she would give up her time off and offer it to the staff that really needed it. There were others that did this too. The whole COVID experience changed her. Watching people put on ventilators, the deaths, etc., she was not the same person. She was distant. Our rest time life went to zero. I attributed it to either her experiences or her age. I tried talking about it but was told she just didn't feel it anymore. We still worked closely on the house. We planned trips to an area in our state that had a large Amish population. The Amish here are known for craftsmanship in woodworking and sewing. We bought several pieces of furniture for the bedrooms along with handmade quilts. This past weekend, we were planning on taking a 3-day trip to this area to buy dining room furniture. I also pay and trade with some wood that I get when I take down an old barn, which I do as a side gig. Barn wood is very much in demand. My boss calls me and tells me everyone is working the whole week as he was able to get wood and shingles for a house we have been sitting on, waiting for supplies. I told the wife we could go on Saturday and Sunday. On Friday morning she tells me she is still going with some workers because there is a fall festival going on too. I go to a local bar that night. One of her coworkers comes up to say hello. I ask if she was going on the trip. She knew nothing about it. So I texted the wife asking if she made it okay and asked who was all there with her. She texted back that this friend, her other close friend, and a friend called Stevie. I had heard this name the last few months. Until then I always thought they was female. I asked her friend at the bar if she knew this Stevie. She said no, but there is a Steven that works with them. The wife gets back Sunday afternoon. She has bags of tablecloths, napkins, kitchen towels, etc. She is showing me what she bought. In one bag there was a smaller bag. She pulled it out, looked in it and said, "Oh, not this bag, it's not for us." I let it go. Later I looked in the bag, she had hidden it in a closet. It was decorations for a man cave for a college team. I don't follow in sports, so it wasn't for me. I asked to talk with her. I asked again who all went. She gave the same 3 people. I just asked who Stevie was because we had not met. She told me a woman they work with. I pulled out the man cave stuff and told her I talked to her friend, who was supposed to be away last weekend, but her plans blew up. Then I asked who Stevie was again. She started crying and told me who he was, and yes, they were by themselves. They had time. They have been since last year during their hospital lockdown. So now she is living in one of the finished bedrooms. I have our bedroom. I will talk to a lawyer on Monday. I have no idea what to do about the house, the business, the marriage. To me she was sorry she was caught, but not for the affair. I asked her if she would break it off with Stevie. She was not sure. Comment 1. She was going to decorate a room for him and move him in. Wow, she moves along really fast. At this point you are just a man that's married to somebody's girlfriend. She threw out over 30 years spent together and was basically taking time out her life to go on trips, spend time with him, please this boss in every way while ignoring you and pushing you away. You're a grown man. It's your decision. Some stay. Some leave. But you have been reduced to a walking carcass. She's clearly head over heels for this guy. You have adult kids, and after she's been caught she still doesn't care about facing the embarrassment and turmoil it would cause if they find out. She will leave you for him inevitably. Just let her go. This is testament to how skewed her morals are. You don't just throw away 30 years like that. If the same happened to anybody else they would question every moment they spent with this person throughout the marriage. Comment 2. Get the lawyer and stick it to her. She flat out cheated on you and isn't sure about breaking it off with him? Really? What planet is she from? Don't let her blame it on work, stress, COVID, or whatever. Regardless of what she says, she is a grown, adult, educated, with mandatory classes in ethics, woman. She made the choice to lie and go away for a weekend with her partner in adultery. We all know she's smart enough to know how this would play out. I watched my kid brother's ex-wife pull this kind of crap on him. Document everything. Put your stuff into protective custody while you still can. Once lawyers get involved she will go for your throat. I say you should ditch the beach and leave her penniless. Comment 3. Yeah, you gotta move on bro, hate you went through that. It's sad they never tell you when you get married that after year number 5, 6, 7, it's hard to keep banging the same person. You can love them all you want but they just don't light the fire the way they used to. Comment 4. I seriously doubt this is her first affair, just the first you found out about. I would question your whole entire relationship at this point and wonder what else she has been lying to you about. I know your kids are all grown and out of the house but I would be questioning paternity. I know you raised them and will always be there for them regardless, but you deserve to know the truth. Unless you can be %100 sure they are yours, it's something that will eat at you. She is not remorseful. You need to go NC and do the 180. Do not put any more money into that B&B and I would take her ass to the cleaners in a divorce. Gather every bit of evidence you can and give it to your lawyer. I'm so sorry you are going through this. 31 years is a long time but you owe it to yourself to not give the cheater one more day of your life. When the time is right you need to expose them at work and get HR involved. Comment 5. I read this yesterday and something just keeps bugging me. Am I the only one who thinks the wife was waiting until hubby finished the remodel before serving him with divorce papers herself? Then she'd ask for the B&B and the settlement and plan to live happily ever after with her AP. She has already shown her true colors. Comment 6. Take her for everything you can. Ruin her existences. Leave her with nothing. Then sue the hospital that had them staying away from home so much. Take them for whatever you can. And make them fire both your wife and this Stevie. Run the whole bunch through a ringer. Don't let them go unpunished. Comment 7. Dude. I'm so sorry to hear this, I can't imagine what you are going through. Do not get drawn into shouting matches. Don't let that happen. I wish you had recorded the conversation where she admitted it. Hang on to any texts or messages. Logs of all the work you did. Lawyer ASAP. She has already left the marriage. In an ideal world she won't get a thing but 31 years I guess a split is coming but hope you can keep a bigger chunk. Take care of your mental health and keep us posted on how it's going. Important you keep your phone secure, keep hold of it at all times and keep the voice recorder app ready to roll. Can just tap it and put phone in pocket. My friend did this as his, now ex-wife ranted at him. Judge heard it all. Comment 8. Definitely some distance is in order. If both of you want to save your marriage, it will take a lot of painful effort that could last for years. Her actions are 100% hers to own no matter what kind of husband you are, and isn't your fault. Someone above used the term affair fog and it may take years for that to lift even if she and the AP don't see each other. I can attest that this is a recoverable situation that could grow into a stronger marriage, but it's an incredibly rough journey. Try to tell the kids in a way that doesn't make them feel like they need to be your confidant or emotional support. Finally, it's possible that this is the first time she's cheated, and whether it is or not, I doubt she was trying to get into this situation. While it's no excuse, good people can fall into the worst of circumstances given the right set of circumstances. You sound like an awesome person. You'll pull through. Comment 9. Hi Op. I'm so sorry for what you're passing through, But even you want to leave her or that any kind of reconciliation be successful, you should act firmly and quickly. So, 1. Stop immediately with all the works in the house. 2. Stop to confront her, now you know she is a cheater. If you confront her more, she will go to lie to you. 3. Gather the more pieces of evidence you can get. 4. Learn about the 180 and implement it. 5. Consult a lawyer and see what options are. If you feel comfortable with them, file for divorce, and when the paperwork is ready, serve her where it will be more damage to her, at the hospital. Comment 10. She's thinking you're in fool so you can't find out her real face. But God see your true love and loyalty. Best expose her to family, friends, your children and working place. Because maybe she's turned the story different like you're having affairs so she's taking revenge affairs. Get legal freedom, throw that cheater out of your life. Focus on your future and health. She's having another man this age so she's thinking you're not an last man in the world. Same concept, she's not the last woman in the world. All the best for your fresh life. Don't forgive her because she's an adult so she knows what happens you find out her affairs but she's believe you're in fool so you can easily forgive her or reconcile. Don't give that chance. Get legal freedom. Thanks you for watching. Everyday new movies. See you soon.